Hello everyone on YouTube, this is wedgoku here, and I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It means a lot that you guys are all subscribing, and I have 20 subscribers now, which is really cool. I'm not sure how much new content I can have, so I'm just going to make as much videos as I can at the moment, because I'm borrowing somebody's camera, so that's what I'm using to record right now. It's just a digital camera, you know, not anything fancy. Just have a few updates, so this is going to be the update video right here. I did a couple new things to my main computer, my Cooler Master half 932 case, and a few things, couple mods I did to the video card. Right now, the whole reason why the computer shut off is I wanted to do a startup test to show you how fast this computer starts with the two OCZ Vertex 2 SSDs in RAID 0, the 50GB versions. And I'm just testing it out, show you guys how fast an SSD is and how much of improvement and performance that you get from upgrading one. I'd say it's definitely the most important upgrade you can have for a regular computer from day-to-day tasks and, you know, Windows 7 and everything. For gaming it doesn't really matter that much, but for just Windows 7, I don't know if you can see it, but you see the Republic of Gamers logo. Let's see if you can find it. Yeah, see how it's blinking? That means it's off. It's in an idle state right now. So here we go. There's a Samsung monitor, 19-inch or 24-inch, 1920 by 1200 resolution. And here we go. Hit the power button right up here. Starting now. Now that loud noise that you get up at startup, that's just the Corsair GS800 power supply. Let's see, hold on. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, here I go, hitting the power button right now. Let's turn on the monitor. There's the BIOS startup screen. There's the Windows 7 startup screen starting to load. And bam, look at that. I'm already in the Windows 7. So I don't know, you can count, I'd say about 20 to 25 seconds. Just starting up. My computer. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, this monitor is a HD TV. Also, it's LCD, 27-inch. It's a Toshiba. Let me take off the door. See, my last video I didn't have any good lighting, so try to improve the lighting a bit. So I got this super bright lamp. Maybe help a little bit with the lighting. Take out the door. Not sure if you could see the sound dampening material that well last time in the last video, but here it is right here. I know it's cut in weird sections, kind of like Tetris, where you put all the sections together, but there's like 3 different sheets that they give you with the frozen CPU stuff, so you really got to cut it out. It's not perfect, but I use an X-Acto knife and just got around here. You can see, and I had to cup this because when you put your side panel door against this, you got to have a gap in here so that it can close properly. Here's the Bitphoenix Spectre Pro 230mm blue LED fan. I'm really impressed with these fans. I mean, they blow out the Cooler Master stock fans, so really impressed with them. They're bright and they last a long time, and if you use the fan controller, they're almost silent. They're really quiet for 230mm fan. So yeah, I think that's some dust right there. Okay. Here's the main attraction right here that I just did. You see it's the EVGA 670 GTX for the win, but I did a couple, let me get another light for you. I put a 680 GTX EVGA 680 backplate on the back of it. I'm not sure if you can see it all the way. See, it says EVGA, and there's the 680. And I know you're probably thinking, oh man, why do you have a 680 backplate on a EVGA 670 for the win? Well, when you think about it, the EVGA 670 for the win is pretty much a 680. I mean, it uses the GTX 680 large PCB and cooler, and I mean, clock for clock, I mean, it's pretty much up there with the 680. So EVGA pretty much just overclock a 670 and you know, put on 680 PCB and use the same components, and just disabled some of the Nvidia CUDA cores. And I mean, it's same as a 680, most of the benchmarks and tests. So I'm impressed for the price, for what I paid for it. I mean, let's see if you can see. Pretty much 670 EVGA for the win. And I mean, this thing is so freaking quiet, you can't even hear it. Here's the logo. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best lighting in this video for you guys so you can really see everything. Really apologize for the shaky camera in this. And I mean, it really, with the back plate on there, I just noticed the temp drops, I'd say 1 to 2 Celsius on 100% GPU load. So playing like Battlefield 3, and monitor the temps, and you would see, you know, 1 to 2 C drop. So I'd say full load with the stock auto fan setting, probably 79 to 80 Celsius. Runs a little hot where I live because I have a small room and a lot of computers, about 4 computers in my room, so the ambient temperature is really warm. So you can see it. Try to. And yeah, real easy to install. You can see there's some screws right there, and EVGA gives you instructions and the screws, and I mean, pretty much anybody, if they want this look, they can do this. Now, EVGA just started to make backplates for these cards for the EVGA 670 GTX for the win that says 670 on it. It's the same as this backplate, same as the 680. It just says 670. It's like a special edition backplate for the win cards, but it doesn't even say for the win on it. So I just say screw it, and they didn't have any in stock, and just bought this from FrozenCPU.com because they stock everything almost. It's ridiculous. I'd say go there if you want to look for computer modding parts. I used to go to Performance PCs, but some of these companies won't let me order over the phone because I like to do place phone orders and talk to a live person. I don't like to place my orders online just because you might have problems with the order not going through, and just better talk to a live person when you're making a big order like that. So Newegg, they suck. Performance PC, they suck because I order from both of them. Really stand for TigerDirect.com and FrozenCPU.com. There's not enough good things I can say about those two companies because I order so many parts from them. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good shot for you guys. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can't afford a 680, get one of these babies, the EVGA 670 GTX for the win, and the performance is insane. It's right up there with that 680 GTX. And I never had any problems with it. Whisper quiet. Pretty much the same setup. I got the big Phoenix LED strip. I think it's a 600 millimeter. Forgot to say that in the last video. The frozen CPU. That's what I was trying to show you last time. Sorry about the lighting. There's sound dampening foam also on the bottom of the case that I installed that you can see. And I mean the fans, yeah, like I said, not even spinning, super quiet. This plastic piece right here that's red, I replaced that when I bought this power supply. They came with 3 different colors, the white, red, and blue. And they just clip into place, and I mean it really adds that little aesthetic touch to it and makes it awesome. So yeah, these are pretty good power supplies. I do have this overclocked at one point. I put it back on stock speeds, the EVGA 670 GTX for the win. I did have it overclocked, believe it or not, to EVGA 680 Superclock Plus edition, which is way up there, about 1058 megahertz core clock on there. I think it was like 1137 megahertz boost clock and the same memory clock. I don't like the memory overclock because sometimes you can get artifacting with the cards and there's just no point in it. And games, I just put it back on stock setting. You really don't need it with this monster. Here's, like I said, the Intermex. Now I said in my last video that these change colors. I'm sorry, that was wrong. They actually, the LEDs blink with different settings. So it's like a Vegas thing where you can change the different lights. And these are Apollo Vegas fans, so let me see if I can kind of get a better shot for you guys. This is just the, sorry about that. You can see now when you have them flipped up where they're blowing up like that, you can see they're like lines underneath. But if you flip the fan the other way around where it blows inside the case from the top, it really doesn't look like that. I can show you in a minute what I mean. So as you can see, that's what they look like. And they're on like one of the lowest fan speeds settings, so really quiet. Like I said, same. Let's see if I can get the better shot. Yeah, same settings with this. The frozen CPU thumb screws that I installed. Everything's the same since the last video. I just want to put a little bit more lighting in here so you can guys see what I did. This right here, see the hard drive's kind of hidden on this one. It's actually, you can see I put some sound deadening foam right there, and then it clips in on the back, and it's kind of like hidden, and it actually dampens the sound a little bit. So it's a little trick you can do. And those are the 2 OCC Vertex 2 SSDs. Okay, let me shut this for you. Sorry about this. Kind of doing it with one hand and the light, and it's going crazy. Same. All the same. I kind of just tied those around with the 24-pin connector for the motherboard. And really apologize for the shaky camera. It's pretty hard with just one hand holding it. Same parts, Intel Core i7 2600K overclocked to 4.7 gigahertz, 1.4 volt on the V-Core. And it runs great. I have had the CPU at 5.0 gigahertz benchmarking, but it's too much V-Core. You need like 1.5 volt to get it, fully 100% stable. You can see, try to get some light on there. I mean, the back plate, man, I'm so impressed. It really does add that little touch to it, and it does drop the temperatures. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there's the 480 millimeter TFC phaser radiator, and there's the I forgot to say this in the last video, it's the coolant's radiator mount that you can have for external water cooling, and I mean it's awesome. It really helps out when you're running these big giant radiators outside the case. So I can only fit, without doing any modification, I can only fit a 360 millimeter radiator. So there's 320 millimeter fans. Now if I had to modify this case to fit that 480, I would have to, whoops, sorry about that, I'd have to cut this out right here. And this, I know in my last video when I was pointing out to the external half-inch tubing, I said this Antec 1200 case. I meant to say Cooler Master half 932 case. Sorry about that.